New World Order Decision Time with NATURENETSCHOOL. Apologies. Pictures used in this document are not of characters described in messages below them. Kindly bear with me in case of any inconvenience. Development of a more responsible and accountable future leadership. Education and leadership structures. Administration and stability of schools. Leadership in schools. Despite being centers of knowledge, schools also experience leadership challenges from grassroots to the top. Parents' meetings. There is a general desire by many newly posted school administrators to change existing programs, rules, and regulations. This has potential to brew disagreement in schools. Learning institutions cannot be stabilized when education structures permit newly posted school administrators to develop their own leadership styles at will. Running institutions can be based on very clear parameters to guard against challenges that arise from individualized policies. Signs of tension. Transfers of top school administrator should never bring changes in the existing school structures. A free-for-all leadership style can confuse and disorganize many young minds in schools. On the march. Leadership structures in schools can be standardized to ensure that they operate on common rules, regulation, and routines. This can stop confusions and frequent reorganization of structures anytime administration changes. Standstill. Management of schools can be based on well-structured leadership principles and ideals protected by a recognized school constitution. No individual leader that comes and goes can alter this. Different schools, same rules. When regulation, rules, and routines are derived from a common school constitution, no serious disparities in school administration can be realized. Standstill. Leadership structures based on strong institutions can realize better stability and progress than those based on individual strengths. Stalled projects. When leadership is based on strength of individuals and not strength of institutions, many projects stall immediately. Their presumed strong leaders are either transferred or retired. School referendum. School programs that are well protected by strong constitutions may only be changed through school referendums and not by individual leadership desires. New principle. While many adults can adjust readily to new administrative changes, many children can find it stressing. Changing rules and regulations every time new leaders come and go can brew rebellion in schools. A leadership structure based on a strong school constitution will protect schools from collapse and stagnation, widely characterized by transfers and redeployments of top administrators of learning institutions. Departmental teamwork. A leadership structure based on a clearly defined school constitution will strengthen and empower leadership devolution in other departments too. School administrators. Under a well-structured school constitution, duties and responsibilities of every individual leader will be defined more clearly. Duties, responsibilities, and decisions of individual leaders in schools can be made more specific and clearer with a well-structured school constitution. The same way national constitutions are used to streamline political leadership decisions around the world, it's the same way school constitution can be used to regulate administrators of learning institutions. Attentive to school administration. Parents can be very instrumental in ensuring that schools operate within acceptable boundaries as described in the school constitution. Leadership and youth empowerment. Well-structured student leadership can be incorporated within Parents Teachers Association, PTA, for learning purpose. This may equip children with some basic but vital leadership ideals on management of schools. Student leadership form part of school administration at the grassroots and hence deserve the knowledge. Views of student leaders. Practical experiences they acquire through role modeling may equip the young leaders with desirable leadership ideals to be applied in adulthood. No dialogue. Dialogue with student leadership on affairs affecting them. This can minimize tension in schools. Many suspicion and mistrust encountered in schools can be reduced through dialogue. Teacher training. No single theory on school administration can be ideal for effective management of modern children. However, a free-for-all scenario where rules and regulations are never standardized can be open to abuse and rebellion. Different leadership ideals from past and present ideas can be weighed for consideration in modern times. A uniform constitution can normalize school programs and regulation to accommodate all categories of children. Minimal discomforts can be encountered when a school head is transferred under a normalized school system. All regional schools can be managed identically, irrespective of top individual administrators in charge. Different schools. The approach will ensure that children are never exposed to very wide differences and disparities in administration. When they meet to compare and contrast their school's mode of administration, they should realize uniformity. Dormitory on fire. When all schools are managed uniformly based on a strong common constitution, riots and demonstration in schools will be reduced. Convincing students. No leader is appointed to be a life member of a school. Instead of seeking strong heads of school, education sector should seek strong and unshakable learning institutions. Instability in schools. Stable schools become unstable, disorganized, and sometimes bankrupt soon after their self-styled strong administrators leave. This bad leadership order can stop with strong learning institutions and not with strong leaders. Distress at college. With weak external checks and balances in leadership, those in authority can easily personalize public offices to serve their own interest at the expense of the wider society. Cost of education. Education can be expensive, but when structures are unregulated, extra levies and expenses can be far-reaching and much beyond financial ability of many poor families in society. This is NATURENETSCHOOL.